part of my mission as Secretary of Homeland Security will be to pay continuing focus and attention on South Texas, on our border and port security mission here in South Texas, to secure the ports, to secure the borders, but to also do what we can to help to facilitate and expedite trade. So I'm pleased to be here. It's been a very informative day, a very informative visit. I have enjoyed meeting with our area congressmen, who are terrific public officials, and happy to take a couple of questions. Before I do that, I wanted to know if the congressman would like to say something.
Only to thank you for coming to South Texas. It was very obvious to me that you are a great listener, because many of the things that Congressman Coyot and I pointed out as our concerns, you have already reiterated here in the opening remarks that you made. And we're hoping that increasing the number of men and women in blue who man our ports of entry is a huge step in addressing delays at our ports of entry. Trade and commerce is extremely important, as is the national security, and we want to continue to emphasize that this area has had 2 census counts in 2000 and in 2010, and there's been more than a 40% increase in population, and we expect that to repeat itself in the next census. And that's why we're asking for more manpower, and that we try to make this area one that is going to continue to be very, very important to our state of Texas and to our nation. We thank you again and welcome you. And as I said in our closing remarks, I welcome you not once, but 6 times a year, so that we can have opportunities like the one you gave us today.
Thank you, sir.
Come back.
All right.
Time for 2 questions. Yes, sir, right there. With your visit here, sir, what is the issue that you heard from most local officials that is pressing in this area?
I think that we need to, what has been brought home to me today is that we need to continually monitor trends in border crossings. We need to continually try to stay ahead of the game when it comes to trends, emerging trends. This area is an area where we see a lot of border crossings among non-Mexicans, which presents some challenges. I'm confident that the men and women of CBP and ICE and the other members of the DHS family, along with federal law enforcement here, state and local law enforcement, are up to the challenge. We need to continually evaluate whether they need more resources. But as I said a moment ago, it is also important that we do what we can to facilitate and expedite trade in this part of the border as well. Yes, sir.
Secretary, the message that you're taking out of Washington after you spent time with our men and women on the ground, and perhaps an investigation given the news that we've seen, the shift in the shift on what message will look to take back to what we've seen?
We've got to keep continued focus on border security, on port security, particularly in places like South Texas. And that's something that has been impressed upon me. It's something I will impress upon the other DHS component heads, the men and women who work for DHS, and our distinguished partners in Congress as well.
Secretary, just a question about interior checkpoints. Border Patrol has become very recently more of an issue, especially in Arizona. There was a complaint filed with the OIG's office last week about unreasonable search and seizure. Are you aware of this issue? Do you have any plans for how it can be addressed in these complaints and investigations?
I'm certainly aware of checkpoints at the interior. I've been asked by a number of people, including members of Congress, to take a look at interior checkpoints, and it's something that I intend to do.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. All right.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Look forward to
Hope I
seeing
see you
you in
again in
Washington.
Washington. All
I will
right.
come see you.